Wow, I just gave like a whole awesome stream of consciousness without pressing record. I'm gonna try to say whatever I just said. That I think that loving people when it's easy is awesome. Loving people when they're slipping up is it is even more awesome potentially. It shows you parts of yourself that you may not have otherwise seen, and recognizing that first of all, everybody is on this healing process, so people are going to slip up just like you slip up, and that anything that makes you uncomfortable in somebody else is something that's being reflected inside of you. So to if it's making you uncomfortable or you're getting frustrated by it, it's just because you don't understand it. Because if you understood it, then you would love it. And there are things in this world that are very difficult to understand, and I don't think that there's any specific technique that will make it easier to understand. But if we're committing, and for those of us who are committing to a path of healing, and not just healing ourselves, but healing ourselves in order to heal everything else, or to pave a path of compassion and pave a path that leads to the world that we want to see. It's a full-time job. It's not just something that you do when it's easy and then you get frustrated at people whenever they're not doing it, and then you spiral off into the same cycle that encourages people to be closed off, or to yell at people for no reason and get upset for no reason. And it's an important thing for me to recognize that even these little actions that may seem insignificant in the macro are still contributing to those same cycles that we're trying to be rid of. And so, for example, if you decide that you want to steal from Walmart because you don't have money and you need things, and you can rationalize that Walmart's this huge corporation that, first of all, doesn't really lose any money from you stealing from them, and they do awful things to the planet, and they treat their workers horrible, and blah blah blah. Like, I can definitely empathize with that rationalization, but it's all contributing to the same cycle of people stealing things and people acting dishonorably. And if you tweak it just a little bit, so that, like, maybe the person stealing something no longer has quite the and doesn't quite have the need for what they're stealing, or the people they're stealing from are maybe still like bad in their eyes, but it's not quite the same. I mean, if you just tweak it a little bit, then you can get to some huge atrocities. Or, like, I mean, even like being mean to someone or not understanding someone and just wishing they were gone. It's the same thing that causes people to kill people. People that they don't understand, people that they criticize and they judge, and they don't see them as a valued part of the world. So it's the same part of the cycle. And I think it's important to recognize that if we want to be consistent and move towards compassion, then then we need to really be consistent about it and recognize it as a full-time job, and act on the path that leads us to where we want to go. So that's all I have to say.